Whew. Oh. Hi. Welcome everybody to the Strat-O-Matic Network. I'm Jeffrey Guterman, and this is the final game of September 20 in our 1969 replay. And this is about the race in the National League West. The Atlanta Braves won their game this date 12-1. Some of you may remember it. And good morning to Kathy Harden. I love you, Kathy Harden. I'm sorry to be so emotional. I had a rough morning, but I spoke to my sister, and she's wonderful, and I feel better now. I didn't think I could play, and then I don't know what I would do all day if I didn't have Strat-O-Matic. I don't know what I would do. And something came up, and she told me, don't worry about it. It's been taken care of. And I'm just going to go with that. I usually wouldn't have this here. I just want to point out the Giants are 7 games out now. I would typically go by the, because I update these every 2 games, so I have not updated yet the Braves game. But for our purposes today, I just wanted to denote, even though it's not updated officially, that the Giants are 7 games behind. Yes. Yes. And I think it's worth doing the magic number figure right here. If you give me a moment. Atlanta now is 93-60. Oh. And the Dodgers and the Giants are 85-66. And that makes the magic number. Oh. That makes the magic number 4. The magic number is 4. The magic number will be 3 if the Giants lose. Let's look at our starting lineups, and let's get back to Strat-O-Matic 1969 baseball. The magic number is 4 for the Braves. Should have gotten milk yesterday. Good morning, JC. For the Los Angeles Dodgers, leading off Maury Wills at short. Oh. Maury Wills leading off at short, Sizemore at second, Davis in center, Parker at first, Crawford in right, Gabrielson in left, Lefebvre at third, Haller the catcher, and Bill Singer, he's 117. He won 20, I believe, in real world. Yeah. He's pitching and batting ninth. For the fourth time now, Marichal comes in with 24 wins. I believe this is his fourth chance to try to get to 25. It's Tito Fuentes, and Demos has arrived. That would be a wonderful. High noon. Well, we should be done by then. And if not, I'm gonna stop the broadcast. For the San Francisco Giants, it's Tito Fuentes at third, Hunt at second, Hart in left. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. McCovey at first, Bonds in center, Henderson in right, Heath, the catcher, Lanier at short, and Marichal with 24 wins for these Giants. We are in San Francisco and the Giants take the field. And here's Maury Wills to lead it off. Here's Juan Marichal now. And the pitch to Wills. That's 4-4 switch hitter batting left. It's a catcher X. That's he at a 3-3. I had no idea Bill Hands went to the Twins. That'll be a 7-3. It's a PP. It's going to be a pop-up. He hit a 3. That's uh-oh. That's 5-10-16. Oh, and he drops it on a PPE1. How do you like that to start a ball game? Oh, actually, it's a squib in front of the plate, and the catcher can't handle it, and it's an error. So, not a great way to start the ball game. An error by Heath that puts Wills on. Marichal a 0 quotient. Wills 15. with a lead. He gets it automatically unless held. He'd be 15-13. Being held. That is a not being held. He's got the lead. He's 15. And a 15 not being held. Oh, he is being held. I'm so sorry. I can overrule that die when if I refigured it. He is a the runner is held, so he's a 1-15, 1-13. That's the thing I was looking at. So it's Will's on first being held, and here's Ted Sizemore now. Marichal from the stretch now, and the pitch to Sizemore. He's hitting away, even though he's a beat bunter. 1-9 right-handed, grounds to second, and Wills will go to second. So that's as good as a sacrifice. So that'll be 1 out. Wills in scoring position, and Willie Davis the batter. Here's Willie Davis now. Left-handed hitter. And the pitch from Marichal. Big kick, 6-4, left-handed, flies to center X. That's for Bonds at 2-8. Fourteen two. F2 gets to it. E8 in center. 5, 6, 7, 8. And he makes the play with a runner on second. An F2 might have an opportunity. Yeah, a runner on second may tag and try to advance. Running speed plus arm. And that's going to be, he's got the speed, Wills, I believe. 1-17. But Bonds is a -4, 1-13. He'll hold it second. And here's Willie Davis now. This is a clutch situation here. Marichal trying to get out of this. Got a big game at high noon. Game of the week. Bill Hands pitching for the Twins. We will be looking forward to that. Here's Marichal. And the pitch to Davis, that's 5-4, left-handed, grounds it to third X. That's Fuentes, 341. .341, that's 9-4. It's a G3 pound. I'm sorry. That's the third. Fuentes is a 3. That's going to be a 9-3. It's going to be a clean G3. He's an E41. That's 4789. This might be an error. No, it's not. He throws him out with a runner on second. It's going to be a G3 runner on second, and it's hit to third. And he holds. So that'll be 2 away. Will's holding. And we have a question top of the second. Thank you, Kathy. Thank God. Here's Wesley Parker now. Dodgers trying to play the spoilers. Again, magic number for the Giants, for the Braves, is 4. Any combination of 4 wins or losses. 4 wins by the Braves, 4 losses by the Giants will clinch it for the Braves. In the NL West. Here's Parker now. Clutch situation, 2 outs. Will's on second. Parker switch hitter. Here's Marichal. That's going to be a 6-8 switch hitter batting left. He flies it to left. This should end the inning. Hard is under it. And he makes the catch, and the side is retired. So no runs. The error by Heat on him booting a squibber. And he was, Wills went to second on a ground ball and was left on base. We've gone 1/2. It's Dodgers nothing, Giants coming to bat. Here's Bill Singer now. The magic number is 4. The games left to play are about 81, 41, 51, 80. Well, I guess there's 11 games for the Giants, including this one. The Braves now have nine games left. Nine games left. Singer takes the mound here. And it's Tito Fuentes. Tito, switch hitter batting left against Singer. Singer is ready, looking for his 18th win. Here's the pitch to Fuentes. That's 4-10, switch hitter batting left. He walked him. So Fuentes gets a pass. Singer -3, 1-12 with a lead. And that's not being held. He's not going to be held. 1-12. He'd be a 1-15, 1-12 with a lead. That's past borderline. He's not going for the lead. You can see 7-10. 7-10, he's picked off, as Demos calls it. So he's on first not being held, and here's Ron Hunt. The Giants, I guess you could say the collapse of the Phillies in '64 would be similar to this situation if the Giants can come back. Here's Hunt now. I have an answer for you, Demos, and my answer, and you don't have to agree with it, but this is just my opinion. Look at the relievers. In fact, I didn't do this. In fact, I made the mistake. I have not done this yet. I always write down who relieved in the prior games in the replay, and then under a dot, I put who was used in real world as guidelines only. And so I say use it as a guideline and do not use those pitchers if you think it's not in the best interest of the respective teams and you have the pitchers, the alternative pitchers to use. And I hope, is that clear? You do not use them. And in fact, I neglected. You'll do some research. I neglected to write down who pitched. Here it is. You see, for example, for me, Demos, the Claude pitched a complete game, so no one was used. And for the Giants, Herbal, Lindsay, and McMahon were used. The only way I would use them is if they didn't pitch on the 18th. And then what I do is I go to Baseball Reference, which I'm doing right this moment, and I see who pitched in this game in real world in relief. Mickelson in real world pitched, and so did Brewer. This was a 5-4 win. Brewer is well rested, as you could see. Well, both of these are sufficiently rested since there's nothing above the dot showing that in my replay anyone was used. And Marichal went all the way. And of course, before we would use any of these people who pitched in the replay last game, we'd have to make sure they did not pitch on the 18th. That's the way I do it. Right, exactly, Bill. So we have Fuentes on first, and thank you, Demos, for the question. I hope my answer is sufficiently clear for people. This is a guideline only, okay? For example, using Mickelson or Brewer, that's a guideline only. I don't need to do that, even though they're both good relievers. Again, I don't know which game that refers to, but I say Demos follow the Strat-O-Matic rule of don't use anybody 3 games in a row. You can use them twice in a row. And when it comes to relieving and substitutions, although I follow exact lineups, I use my judgment all across the board as to who's going to relieve, who's going to pinch hit, etc. And I use whatever did happen in the real world game only as a guideline. Okay, here's Hunt now. And I hope that, yeah, thank you, JC. Thank you, JC. I hope that makes it, and maybe as you watch this game progress, you'll see how I play this out, but I think you've watched enough games to know. Hunt, the infield is back. They're not bringing it in for the bunt, but Hunt is gonna bunt. Oh, shit. Okay, here's Singer now. The pitch to Hunt with Fuentes on first. That is a hit right back to the pitcher. And it's going to be a 5. That looks good. It looks like he's an A bunter. Hunt may beat this out. He's a 1-14. That's a 1-5. He lays it down, roll the 20 die, and he could beat this out 1-14, Hunt. And he does. Hunt beats out the bunt. It's a bunt single. And it's first and second now with nobody out. And Jim Ray Hart is the batter. Again, May's out today with a Charlie horse. Here's Hart now. Singer in trouble. From the stretch, first and second, nobody out. Here's the pitch to Hart. That's going to be a 6-7, right-handed. Pops it up to short. Under that is Wills. And he makes the catch, 1 away. It's an interesting question that Demos brings out. The question also, if you're one like me, and I think Demos does this in his games of the week, using exact lineups. If you have a real bad player, I usually let them have at least 2 at-bats before I would even consider pinch hitting. Or more if they're winning. If their team is winning, then I don't worry about it. Here's McCovey now. McCovey, left-handed hitter. Facing Singer, first and second, 1 out. And the pitch. That's going to be 5-7 left-handed. He struck him out. And that'll be 2 away. Good strikeout pitcher. And that'll bring up Bobby Bonds in a clutch situation here. It's Hunt on first, Fuentes on second. 2 down, Bonds. Here's Singer now. And that's 4-10 right-handed. Oh, that's going to be a ballpark slash. 410, right-handed slash right-hander in San Francisco. And that's going to be a base hit on a 1-7 from either side. But Fuentes will hold at third. And that will make it bases loaded with 2 outs, and Ken Henderson will come up in a clutch situation here. Oh, Christ. So sorry. Okay, here's Ken Henderson, switch hitter, batting left against Singer. Again, clutch situation. And he's got a clutch reversal on his card. Here's Singer now. And the pitch to Henderson. That's 3-6. Right-handed, struck him out. So Singer gets out of that on a 3-6 right-handed. And the side is retired. No runs, a walk, 2 singles, bases left loaded. And we've gone 1. And it's scoreless here in San Francisco. And I want you all to give your attention now to the question from Kathy Harden. Wait for it now. Here it is. In the Pine Tar game, a Royals player grabbed the bat from the umpire and ran down the tunnel. Who was it? Oh my God. Wes Gaylord. Jesus. Oh, Bill, how could you know this? Bill got it again. Bill, are you keeping track? Bill Ivamy, clearly we're not hyper competitive here, but that was Gaylord. I guess he was pitching for whoever, he wanted to get the bat. And hold it for evidence. You can't count that high. I understand. Great question from Kathy. We're going to go to the top of the second here. You're very welcome. Here's Juan Marichal. And Willie Crawford is the batter now. The the way things are looking, I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee and use whatever milk I have remaining, and then that means there'll be a break for about 10 minutes after I finish that coffee to get some new milk. That's the last freaking cup. Doesn't. Oh. Oh. Indeed, Kathy. And new coffee will need to be made also. Okay, here's Marichal. Willie Crawford leading it off here. Marichal the wind-up, the big kick, and the pitch to Crawford. That's a 4-4 left-handed catcher X. That will be for Head again. A 3-3. Eight, 3, it's a PP again. I thought these are ordinarily pop-ups. There's no one on base. Let's see if he can handle it this time. Wow, he's an E3, 4-7, 8-9. He does handle it. And it is gonna be a pop-out. To Head, and there's one away. Now here's Len Gabrielson. One of the issues is I pour the coffee and then it sits, and then I play the game, and the coffee starts going cold because I like hot coffee. Oh, that is good. That is good coffee here. Oh, here's Len Gabrielson now. Gabrielson, left-handed hitter. Marichal. And the pitch to Gabrielson. That's 4-9 left-handed. He struck him out. And that's the first for Juan today. A 4-9 left-handed. Now here's Jim Lefebvre. We have a mid-second question. That's beautiful, Bill. I love it. I wonder if we're going to get into the realm of presidential facial hair, or where your question will take us. It was, your question about who Dutch Schultz was after led to the great answer from Kathy Harden on Thomas Dewey, which provoked the fact that he was the last, I think he was the last candidate from a major party to have a mustache, since I don't know who, but that would be something to look into. was a close race. We thought had he won, he would have been the first with the president. We figured it out that that was since, I believe, Rutherford Hayes. Oh no, I'm sorry, Taft. Here's Lefebvre now with 2 outs, nobody on. We'll see where this. I just hope it's not a Harry. Marichal the windup, the pitch to Lefebvre. That's going to be a 4-5 switch hitter batting left. Oh boy, that's hit well by Lefebvre. He does not have the power though. And getting back to the wall in right field is Henderson to make the catch. Almost dropped. It would have been a single 2 asteroids. It was a 4-5 switch hitter batting left, and home run 1-4, of which he does not have the power. It was a 5, and that will retire the side. And let's see now. I always want to get this done quickly. It's 1-2-3 for Marichal. No score, middle of the second. Then I like to get my music playing. We are a low-budget program. Unfortunately, I don't have any production assistance. And here we go. We're going to wait for it from Bill Ivamy, who's getting very good at waiting for the right moment when that music comes on. Here it comes, Bill Ivamy. God, what's this question going to be? Here it is. Who was the first pitcher to win the Cy Young Award in both leagues? Wow. I got Gaylord on the mind. I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, it was probably someone before that. I got it. Oh, did I get it? I guess very good means I'm right. Yeah. Gaylord won it. I didn't know when he won it with the Giants. And then when he went to Cleveland, I guess he won it. I guess. I'm not sure, but that was a super question. Perry won it in Cleveland. Oh, and San Diego. Oh, so I had it. I didn't realize. San Diego had to be after Cleveland. And it was a great question. I had no idea. So he went to San Diego after Cleveland. Boy, was he some pitcher. Great question, and thank you, and let's keep them coming. We are in San Francisco. Your inner Gaylord Perry. Yeah. We're in the bottom of the second. It's no score. Singer on the mound. It'll be the bottom third of this Giants order. Jack Hewitt will lead it off. Here's Singer now. And the pitch to Hewitt. That's 2-7 right-handed. He flies it to left for Gabrielson. He makes the catch, 1 away. Here's Hal Lanier. Lanier's switch hitter batting left against Singer. Juan Marichal comes out on deck. Here's the pitch. 3-7 right-handed, struck him out. And that's the third for Singer today. A 3-7 switch hitter against the right-handed. And here comes Marichal now. His first plate appearance in this ball game. Here's Singer. That's 3-8, and he chops it to third. Lefebvre has it on one bounce. And he throws it over to Parker, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. And we've gone 2, it's scoreless. It's going to be Tom Haller, the Dodgers catcher, to lead it off. Then Singer, and then top of the order for Wills. Here's Marichal now. .57 left-handed, struck him out. And that's the second for Marichal. One down. I didn't know you had an inner Gaylord Perry. I've heard of people having an inner child. Someone, a famous psychologist once told me that the only way you could have an inner child is if you're pregnant. I guess he just didn't go for that metaphor, but I guess you could have an inner Gaylord Perry. It's one out. Here's Singer now. We have a question top of the fourth, and that will be question 2 from Kathy Harden. Here's Singer now. The pitch from Marichal. That's 3-6. He grounds it to short. And it's fielded by Lanier. He throws to McCovey, 2 outs. And now Maury Wills, 2 outs, nobody on. Oh, that's good coffee. Okay, Marichal facing Wills, the wind-up, the big kick, and the pitch 110 right-handed. He walked him. Second time that Wills has reached base. He's being held. makes him a 1-15 with a lead, which he gets automatically upon trying. 1-15, and then he is a 1-13, being held with a lead. And that's, to me, that's very borderline where I would go on that. I could consider going on it with 2 outs, but I'm so conservative. Here's Ted Sizemore. We'll take Will's on first, being held. And I welcome any managerial input. My preference is that it be posed as suggestions rather than directives, because I'm very sensitive. Here's Juan Marichal, the pitch to Sizemore. 6-2 right-handed, that's going to be a base hit for Sizemore. 1 asteroid. It's like deja vu all over again with Wills in scoring position, 2 outs. And a clutch situation for Willie Davis, maybe the best hitter that these Dodgers have. It's a first and second, 2 outs. Clutch situation. There's going to have to be, I'm so sorry, a break after this half inning to go get some milk. Here's Marichal. I could always tough it out and drink it black. What's so wrong about that? Why don't I do that? I used to drink my coffee black. Here's Marichal. Clutch situation, pitch to Davis. That's going to be 1-9 right-handed. Oh, he flies it to right. And under that is Henderson. He makes the catch. And the side is retired. You know what? On second thought, why don't I just go do what I want to do? I know Kathy has a question after this inning. It's no runs, a walk, a single, 2 left on. We have gone two and 1/2. I'll be back. I made it back at 10:07 a.m. Eastern, and I want to thank all of you for your patience. You're so kind. And I think what I'll do is take these last 3 minutes, good morning stack, to make some new coffee here, since I have 3 minutes left. It doesn't take more than about a minute and a half. I have 2 minutes. And we are back. It's a scoreless ball game. Bill Singer coming out here. We have a question, top of the fourth, from Kathy. Leading it off will be the top of the order here, Tito Fuentes. Fuentes, switch hitter, batting left. Here's Singer now. That's 1-7 right-handed, he flies it to center field, and that's going to be for Davis to make the catch, 1 out. Now Ron Hunt. Hunt singled left on in the first. 4-7 right-handed. There's a drive into center. Running for it is Davis, and he catches up with it, 2 away. And now Jim Ray Hart is the batter. And the pitch to Hart. That's 2-8 right-handed, grounds it to second. Sizemore fields it, throws it to Pretty Boy Parker, and the side is retired. Another 1-2-3 for Singer. He's retired 7 in order. We've gone 3, and we've still got a scoreless ball game here. And now I want you all to give your attention and patience here to Kathy Harden for her question on the top of the 4th. Wait for it now, please. Oh, there she is. Who was originally cast as the Tin Man but had to withdraw because he was allergic to the makeup. Who was originally cast as the Tin Man? Bill Ivamy gets it. He's probably spelled his name correctly, but I think we should both get credit. I do not give my answers until he did spell it right. We're going to give Bill the top credit there. He had to be hospitalized. I did not know that, Kathy. There are so many stories about the Wizard of Oz. That are just absolutely fascinating. Very young Buddy Epson. There he is without the makeup. And thank you, Kathy, for the question. Super question. He played Barnaby Jones, the private dick who could outrun every bad guy and hit their wrists, never kill when he had to shoot. Yeah, I didn't know that part of it. He also, of course, was Jed Clampett in the Beverly Hillbillies. And that's just a great, great question. We've gone 3, folks, and again, I want to, so many bad guys, guns went flying. It was a, well, I guess you call that poetic license, huh? Again, I want to express my appreciation to everybody. We have a great game brewing here. We have a great game here. I want to express my appreciation once again. All I could do to show my appreciation is to keep doing what I'm doing on Strat-O-Matic here, provide this opportunity, and also try to be as kind as I can to these people who I am so fond of, who come on here, all of you, even those of you who just come on and say hello, you know, good morning, you know, because this is it for me. This is the fun I have in life. And I just feel, I guess maybe it's a little bit out of anxiety of losing this community. But so far so good in terms of the worry I had about copyright claims. But it would only be one strike. And by the way, I want to say that this solar flare is a relatively small one. They call it a big one, but folks, do your research. Go on YouTube, go watch documentaries about a huge solar flare that happens about every 150 years. There was one that happened in the 1800s that knocked out all the telegraph systems, but that was the extent of the infrastructure. We are not set up for this. It could, I hate to be a downer, it could completely break down civilization as we know it if we get a big one. And a big one is inevitable. So let's enjoy the time that we have here. Meanwhile, let me here's Juan Marichal. And let me get my coffee here. The magic number for the Braves is 4. And I don't know if the Giants win, does that change? I don't know if that changes. But this would be comparable to the Philadelphia Phillies collapse in 1964. Here's Juan Marichal. He'll face Parker, Crawford, and Gabrielson here in the top of the 4th. Here's Wesley Parker now. Marichal. And the pitch. 5-5 left-handed struck him out. And that is the third strikeout for Marichal. A 5-5 switch hitter batting left. One down, here's Willie Crawford. Crawford popped to Hewitt, the catcher, in the second. Here's Marichal now, the big kick. And the pitch, 3-6 right-handed. He grounds it back to Marichal. He fields it and throws it to McCovey for the second out. Two-way. And Len Gabrielson. Gabrielson struck out in the second. Juan gets the sign from Hewitt. He's ready, and the pitch. That's 1-9 right-handed. There's a base hit by Gabrielson. A 2-out single off Marichal. So Gabrielson is on. And here's Jim Lefebvre. Not being held. Okay, Marichal from the stretch. And the pitch to Lefebvre. That's 2-7. Right-handed, he walked him. So Juan loses Lefebvre on a base on balls, and now it's first and second, 2 outs with Tom Haller in a clutch situation here. Oh. He'll face Haller, I suppose, instead of walking him to get to Singer. Here's the pitch from Juan. That's 5-11 left-handed. Grounds it to first cleanly. Picked up by McCovey, and he'll take it to the bag on a 5-11. And that will retire the side. Marichal gets out of it. No runs. A single walk, both left on. Runners being left on today. 5 already for the Dodgers. They left the bases loaded, the Giants, in the first 3. And here's Bill Singer out here. 2 great pitchers. And here's the late, great Willie McCovey. Here's Singer now. And the pitch, that'll be 6-8 left-handed, flies to left. And Gabrielson is under it for the out. And now Bobby Bonds, singled left on in the first. Again, Mays is out with a Charlie horse. He's spending the day with a guy by the name of Charlie Horse. Here's the pitch to Bonds. 310 right-handed. That's hit well. Oh, into the gap. It's going to drop for extra bases, and Bonds standing at second with a double. Almost a triple there. His second hit of the ball game. It was a 310 right-handed. Triple 1-6, and it was a 7. Just barely cut off by Willie Davis. After it went to the wall, he got it well. It could have dribbled away, and Bonds could have went for the triple, but no, he stopped it. So Bonds in scoring position here with 1 out, and Ken Henderson is the batter. Ken, switch hitter, batting left. That's 211 right-handed. Oh, that is a base hit to center. This might score Bonds. It's a non-clutch single on a 211 right-handed. Bonds rounding. That was hit to center. That's gonna be Davis. -1, 1-17, 1-16, back to 1-17 with no hold. And they are going to let him score. They are going to let him score. It's a tough decision. If I was managing the Dodgers, you know, you just got to put yourself in the frame of mind. Solitaire is not easy sometimes. Just let him score, keep Henderson on a 1-17, keep him at first, not in scoring position. And it's a 1-0 ball game. You could have went for it, but the chances are so low. And Henderson, even though Demos does not move Henderson, okay, I do. So, you know, you play the game. I forget his expression, Demos, but play it how you like it. And that is a big, big, big run batted in single for Ken Henderson, who did not have a great year. Look at him, 225. You know. Here's Jack Hewitt now. It's Henderson on first, 1 out, 1 in. Henderson can run, but he's going to be a 1-12, not being held with a lead. 1-12, not being held with a lead. Lord, and look at that, he gets the lead. We're going to have to roll to see if we're going to hold him. He is being held. It's, you know, there are some things in Strat-O-Matic where I just don't feel like I can play both sides of the fence. You know, it's really a mind bender. So Henderson being held, that changes things. He would have to roll for the lead, and it's only a 6 and 7. So he'll hold at first with 1 out, and here's Jack Hewitt now. Okay, Singer now. Trying to get out of this. Here's the pitch to Hewitt. That's going to be a 1-4 right-handed. There's a base hit to left by Hewitt. Henderson goes to second. He was being held, stretching him 1-15. We have a situation here. It's 1-4 single to left, where if the runner is stretching, if the runner is held, which he was, I haven't had this one come up, it's -1. And if he's going to third, you subtract 2 from left. Wow. Look at that, 1-4 single to left. He's a 1-10. I mean, Henderson a 1-15. You got a lot of math to do. 1-15 to left field, that's a 0. But you have being held 1-14, and then from left to third, 1-12. So he will hold at second. And we have a mid-fifth question from Bill Ivamy. Thank you, Bill. Good morning to you. Ben, please call me Jeff. Unless you like calling me Mr. Guterman. That's, if you want to do that, that's up to you. So we have that's a first time I really had that going on here. Oh, well, I think that's all right. You're a very polite man. Oh, that's something missing from today, isn't it? The art of courtesy. It's Head on first, Henderson on second. One is in already. It's 1-0 Giants. Singer is allowed 3 hits. And Hal Lanier, he's trying to get out of this. Here's Singer now. Pitch to Lanier, 3-7, right-handed, struck him out. Oh, and that was a big one, the 4th strikeout for Singer. That'll bring up Marichal with 2 outs. If he gets out of this with 1 run, he's fortunate. Your mom would have smacked me if I would have come up to a new guy or gal and called them by their first name. Well, I don't know. It depends, doesn't it? It depend on the context. I got smacked in the face a couple times by my mother, for being fresh, and I'm not into that kind of thing, but I guess I forgive her. I deserved it anyway. Okay, yeah, but this is an informal, but may I call you Ben? Okay. Okay, now that we're friends, then I hope you would call me Jeff. You really, Ben. Demos may like this one. You have your wits about you, no doubt about it. So it's a 2-out situation. Here's Marichal. Singer with an opportunity, I think, here to get out of this after allowing 3 straight hits, the double to Bonds, Henderson singling him home. Then the single by Heath. Really? uh, Here's Marichal now. He grounded to third in the second. We have a middle of the fifth from Bill Ivamy, and I've become, I think I like to consider Bill a friend. I call him lots of things. Willie, Will, but never late for supper, as he has advised me. Here's the pitch to Marichal. That's going to be a 1-7, and he struck him out, and he gets out of it. Singer. That's a very poised pitcher, I think, who can allow 3 straight hits like that and get out of it. We've gone 4. It's 1-0 Giants. And here comes Marichal out here for the, I hope your replay, your is it Midwestern replay that you're doing? I hope that's going well. Wow. Joel Horland, wow. Fleshman. Is that what that means? Got a lot of people with German names here. You know, the suggestion from my family, because they lived in Russia, okay? Is that they probably came from Germany. When, I don't know, but they probably fled, and I've done a little research on emigration patterns in history in Europe, and it looks like they may have fled anti-Semitism. Meat Man, oh yeah. Joel Fleshman. All right. Well, nothing wrong with meat. We're gonna head here, top of the fifth, Marichal now, and he faces Singer. 1-0 Giants. 18 games. If you, Ben, by all means, post that link on the Google shared folder. Love to look at it. Well, mine, Joel, fled Russia about the time the family members started leaving during the revolution, and some of them eventually, they all got here by sometime in the 20s. I have a picture of the family. This is on my father's side from 1928. Can you imagine that, having to flee your own country? Oh, here's Marichal now. And And the pitch to Singer, 2-9. He grounds it to first. And McCovey takes it to the bag. 1 down. Here's Wills. And the pitch. That's 1-9. Right-handed, that's hit well into the gap. It's going to be extra bases. It's going to be a triple for Wills. Off of Marichal. 1-9, right-handed. Triple 1 to 8. It was a 3. So look at that. It's Wills on third with a triple. He had 8. And it's 1 out now. Wills on third. Okay, here's Marichal. And the pitch to Sizemore. 6-2 right-handed. That's going to be a base hit, and that'll bring in the run. Whoa. Sizemore with a 6-2 single. 1 asteroid, that's all that's needed. His second hit of the game, and now it's a tie ball game. Very borderline. 1 to 13. Whether we hold him or not. 1 to 13. We will not hold him. He will not go either. Here's Willie Davis. Ooh. Juan Marichal now. In his own trouble. From the stretch, and the pitch to Davis. That's 3-7 right-handed. Grounds to second. That would only been for infield in the plus, which it's not. It's a grounder to second. And it's Hunt stepping on the bag and then throwing it to McCovey for the inning-ending double play. So it is 1 run on 2 hits. The 1-out triple by Wills knocked home with Sizemore's base hit. And a very good game is brewing. You just received them, you should say. Oh, the 2 historic season card sets, 76 and 03. Yeah, but if you want to post a link to your Google shared folder with stats, we would be more than glad to have them. It doesn't matter how long it is. You copy and paste it, and it automatically will come in here. Or it should, at least. There. Okay. We are in the middle of the 5th, and this is time for Bill Ivanby now. Who has a question? Let's see what this one is. 1-1 Dodgers Giants. Long link. Here it is. You're getting good with the timing, Bill. In 1997, 39 members of the Heaven's Gate cult committed a mass suicide thinking that an alien ship was following this comet and was going to pick them up. Name the comet. I'm not sure I'm getting the right. I don't think it was Halley's, Joel. I think it was the Bop comet. But I don't think I have the full. I'm half right. Yeah. Well, is it Halley's Bop comet? I don't know. It had a weird name, and I think it was a real comet. The Hale, that's it. I was gonna say Haley. And folks, that is, you know. This guy. Really lost his mind. Marshall Applewhite really lost his mind. So I get half credit. It's a great question from Bill. And you know, you ask a question. And, you know, you've opened up a big topic here, because I meant Nikes there. Bill Ivamy asked a question. I mean, Ben asked the question, yeah, but the scary part is how he can bring in 39 people like that to believe his way. And that's a huge question. That question, Ben, speaks to cults and the factors that contribute to people joining them. I am not an expert on. Oh, well, you have Guyana, you have Jones. There, you can Google. Well, exactly, Bill. Exactly, Bill. You know, Bill, I always say it's not the crazy leader, but the people who follow him. Okay? I'm not an expert on cults. I have I was in mental health field for 35 years, but cult is a specialty. But there are a number, Ben. There are, Bill. I don't know if you asked if that was just a rhetorical question, but for anyone interested, you could Google and find lots of information on the principles and the factors that contribute to cults, the formation of cults. Exactly, JC. Exactly. Oh, and oh, thank God I still have a sense of humor. Thank God JC, because I know that's just a joke. It's about the funniest thing I heard today, because I am so anti-cult, I am anti-dogma. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to me. You know what I mean? Don't take my word for things. I don't have the answers. I will say this, Terence McKenna, who was a great philosopher and just he was a futurist, he was a cultural psychedelic botanist, and died of brain cancer at a very young age. Just a really brilliant person. He said, his name is Terence McKenna. He said culture is a cult. And meaning there's always a risk in when groups get together based on ideologies and practices, there's always a risk. Look at and just put in Terence McKenna if you want. And I think there's YouTube videos. You got to be careful of any. I meant culture is a cult. You got to be careful about group Well, he was just a brilliant person. Now, we're not, you got to take that with a grain of salt. Not all cultures are cults in a dangerous way. I mean, we have a culture where, we have rules and laws and that make up and mores that allow for a civilized world. So let's not throw the baby out with the bath water. Exactly, Ben. Well, Ben, yeah. I think that's where they got the concept of cult. But anyway, we're going to move on to the bottom of the fifth. There was a great question on the Heaven's Gate, and it's a big discussion. And there's an old expression: think for yourself. You really got to think for yourself and question things. We don't want to be hyper cynical, but you really, you know, if somebody is going to trying to sell you a bill of goods, let's be very careful. And in a way, I would say that Strat-O-Matic is a culture, but I think it's a largely harmless culture. I mean, you could argue there's downsides to anything. Anything can be overdone, but there is group cohesion in the Strat-O-Matic culture. But it's surrounded by, I would just say, you know, a board game. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's not like you know, overdone. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we're gonna head. I'm gonna refresh my coffee, and that was a whopper. That was a whopper of a question from Will Ivamy. A whopper. A whopper. Craziest freaking things I ever heard. You know, and a lot of the people who get attracted to the cults, again, I'm not an expert, okay, are vulnerable people. These are vulnerable people who are seeking meaning and purpose in life, and they're susceptible. And they're high on the gullibility scale, you know. But anybody, I've heard experts say anybody I've said anybody could be vulnerable to that. We're gonna go till 11:55, and then we'll continue this game because we're gonna have I don't like to cross over and conflict with games of my friends that we have all the time in the world. His game is not posted, but he says high noon. And I want to be there. At least you didn't Jeffrey. Some people put the E before the R, and that I really don't care, you know. Here's Tito Fuentes to lead it off, bottom of the fifth. Fuentes walked, left on, flew to center. It's a 1-1 ball game now. Here's the pitch from Singer. That's 2-2 right-handed, grounds it to third for Lefebvre. And he throws it to Parker, that's 1 out. Now here's Ron Hunt. Here's Singer now. And the pitch to Hunt. That's 3-9 right-handed. He grounds it to short for Wills. And he throws it over to Parker for the second out. Two-way here in the bottom of the fifth. And now it's Jim Ray Hart. Okay, Singer now. Hart 0 for 2. He gets the sign from Haller. And the pitch to Hart. That's going to be 6-10. Right-handed, grounds to short X. On a 6-10 right-handed. It's Wills 331. .331, 12-3. Gets it on a G2 with 2 outs. Wills. E31, 4-7, 8-9 though. And he throws him out. And the side is retired, 1-2-3 for Singer. We've gone 5. It's a 1-1 ball game. That is funny, Ben Witz. You know, he writes, looks at the first 4 letters of culture. Yeah, you really do have your wits about you. Yeah. That's where it comes from. But I thought that Terence McKenna was quite interesting when he said that culture is a cult. He might have been, you know, you got to take things with a grain of salt. Maybe we should say that cultures have the potential to be cults. Well, here's Juan Marichal. Well, I guess I would largely agree with that. I would say culture, I wouldn't call it a positive connotation. It necessarily. There are cultures based on your values, you know, that are quote unquote well, dangerous, bad, etc. You could even call the entire culture of, say, the United States with its economic system, you know. But culture, I would call it. You could use it in many ways, but a culture in and of itself, there are different types. So I'm not sure I would say it's necessarily positive or neutral. It is a term to describe to any sort of group, organization. And then you go from that, you know. But of course, he opened up a big situation here. Okay, here's Marichal, top of the 6th, and Wesley Parker to lead it off. Parker 0 for 2. It's a 1-1 ball game. Here's Marichal. And the pitch 1-7 right-handed, grounds it to second for Hunt. Over to McCovey, one away. Here's Willie Crawford now. Okay, Marichal. The wind-up big kick and the pitch to Crawford. That is 6-9 left-handed, grounds to short X. Of course, that's just my opinion, Ben. That's a grounder to short X on a 6-9 left-handed. That will be Lanier 229. That's 229, 12-2. It's a G1 gets to it with no one on. And Lanier and E29, 5-9, 12. And he throws him out. So it's two away here. And Len Gabrielson is the batter. He's 1 for 2. Okay, Gabrielson. Here's Marichal. 4-7 right-handed. There is a drive hit out into the gap, and it's dropping for a double. So a 2-out double. I have a question for people. I'm going to pose the question. I guess I could look it up myself, but if anyone has any, I could go look it up on my magic number calculator. Okay, here's Jim Lefebvre in a clutch situation. The leading team's wins and the second place team's losses. Yeah, but what I'm saying is the magic number, yeah, that I understand. The magic number right now is 4 for Atlanta with the Giants in second place. If the Giants win, JC says it stays at 4, okay. I know it's just a matter of simple math. Maybe after the game I'll go figure it out. Oh, it stays at 4. If the Giants lose, it goes down to 3. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. If the Giants lose, it goes down to 3, right? That makes perfect sense. I thank you. Here's Lefebvre now. It's 2 outs with Gabrielson in scoring position, the go-ahead run. Here's Marichal now. Oh, that did not go through. That did not go through. And we're gonna watch that on a replay. That is a replay on the roll. That was weird. That one did not go through. Let's watch it again here. The magic number right now is 4 for Atlanta, with the Giants in second place. Thank you. It's 2 outs with Gabrielson in scoring position. The go-ahead run. Replay mode. Here's Marichal now. You can see it already coming out here. That's an amazing trail. That thing, I saw it fly out. Okay. That thing did not go through. So we're going to have a re-roll on that, a complete re-roll. We have house rules, and it's very important to set up your house rules a priori.
Why should I save?
So here we go again with Lefebvre. Switch hitter, clutch situation, Marichal batting left-handed. Here's the pitch. That is a 6-3 switch hitter batting left, fly ball left X. Whoa-oh. That's going to be hard, a 416. Oh, 6-3 left-handed. Oh. That's going to be a Jim Ray Hart 416. This could be big problem here. 416. Oh, 2-4. It's a double 3. The run will score. Hart could not get to it, and it is a 3-4-5-6 E16, and it's an error. This is what really disturbs me in Strat-O-Matic sometimes. Look at that. D3 goes to third. It's a D3E1. The batter to third, all runners score. A big clutch. And an error by Hart in left field. We'll call it earned. And that'll make it a 2-1 ball game. You know, what am I supposed to do? Take him out of the game? He was in the lineup. Disturbs me to no end. Here's Haller now. With Lefebvre on third, 2 outs. I just don't think it's very realistic for me to start switching people you know, Mays pinch hit for Hart sometime later in the game, went into center, and Henderson went to left. Pinch hit for Hart. Wow. I can second guess myself, you know. Henderson, a 2, and on a 2-2, I mean, I know I'm second guessing myself. It still would have been a hit. It would have been a an S2, scoring Gabrielson anyway. But you know, if that's going to make me feel better, fine. You know. Here's Haller now. 2-1 Dodgers. The pitch from Marichal. And that's 2-7, and he struck him out. Fourth strikeout for Juan. He lets up another run. It's 2-1. We're heading to the bottom of the sixth. Bill Singer. It's going to be McCovey, Bonds, and Henderson. Singer's first endurance is the 8th. Marichal's is the 9th. It's a 2-1 ball game. Here's the pitch to McCovey. Oh, that did not go through. I don't think that went through, and I caught it. So that's going to have to be a re-roll. I instinctively caught the die as it was coming out. And so therefore I ruined that. But again, we're going to take a look to make sure. It's going to have to be a re-roll, no matter what. Yeah, I did not think that went through. Okay, here's the pitch to McCovey now. 4-7 left-handed. There it is. It is a double down the line. And for those of you who you think I'll make a great shortstop, I was an outfielder, Bill. I was an outfielder. I'm gonna just take a look at this anyway, because I just want to make sure we didn't do anything really bad. You see, there's 3 coming through. Yeah, that's only 3 went through, and that proves it. So I was right on that. And it is a double by McCovey. Here's Bonds coming up now. So it's interesting to know that Mays pinch hit in this game for Jim Ray Hart. But here's Bonds now. Okay, here's Singer. And the pitch to Bonds. That's a 3-6, and that is a base hit, and that could score. Oh, McCovey does not have the speed. Oh, McCovey goes to third on a 3-6 right-handed to left. Gabrielson a 0. McCovey 1 to 10, no one being held, 1 to 11. He's going to hold. It's first and third. I think that ruling still holds. Again, he's a 1 to 10, and it was hit to left on a 3-6 right-handed, left-handed, left fielder 0. So he's going to remain a 1 to 10, no one hold, 1 to 11. And then this rule, from left to third, -2. But is that from stretching from any base? Does anybody know? Or is that just from first? I mean, he'd be coming home. I'm so sorry. No, that does not apply. I am so sorry. He went to third on the single. We will hold him. He will hold him. So it's first and third. He's a 1 to 10, 1 to 11. Coming home, I am not going to try that. And Henderson is due up. They let Henderson stay in this game. We'll have Henderson hit here. Switch hitter batting left. Singer. The tying run on third. Go ahead on first. 2-1 Dodgers. Here's Singer now. And the pitch, 2-6. Oh, and he walked him. He walked him. On a 2-6 right-handed. He hit a 196 hitter. I cannot in good conscience let him hit here. My Lord. I cannot in good conscience let him hit. Bob Barton. I won't bring in Dietz. I would prefer to bring in Barton. Who is a 2+2 E4 versus Dietz, a 4-0 E15. Even though Barton is a 170 hitter, I will let him replace Heath, especially since he wouldn't be due up for a while. And it is going to be Willie Mays coming in to pinch hit. Mays pinch hit. I guess that Charlie horse is not so bad. Mays pinch hit in this game in real world, folks. You can all check it out. Bob Barton will be the catcher, but it's going to be Mays. Bases loaded, nobody out. The Giants have to have a chance to score here. If they don't score anything here, you know, that's going to be insane. Barton would be the new catcher. 2 plus 2, E4. And that would change Marichal to a +2 quotient. And so here he comes, the legend, the living legend. Now I'm talking real world. The true living legend, age 93. Pinch hitting for Heads. Bases loaded, nobody out. Looking out for the Dodgers. We're going to keep the infield back and concede the tying run. If any of you are Dodger fans and want to overrule me, by all means. I mean, it takes a lot to be doing these games publicly and making mistakes, making bad calls. But I welcome anybody to say, bring the infield in. I don't think so. And this is on the Dodgers' behalf. I don't think so. Let's keep the infield back and concede it's only the 6th. It's a tough call. We'll keep the infield back. It is a tough call. Okay? It is a very, very, very tough call. So the infield is back. Here's Willie Mays now. Whoa. A little more coffee here. Yeah. And with the infield in, anything with a plus is going to be a single. Okay? And then on X chances, you also have scenarios. So they're going to, like I say, they're going to concede the run. Single 2 asteroids, absolutely. So the infield is back. Here's Singer now, bases loaded, full windup, and I think it's a fair trade, absolutely. The pitch to Mays. Whoa, that counts. Oh, Lord, that counts. We're going to have to replay it. You're going to see that went through. That's a 4-8 right-handed. Oh, and it's a base hit by Mays. Oh, my. McCovey comes home with a scoring run. It was a base hit, no asteroids. And it is a 2-2 ball game. Oh, my. Oh, my, oh, my. That ball, that die went through, and we will look at it. If it didn't go through, I'm pretty sure it went through. If it did not go through, we will replay it, but we've put it in as a 4-8 right-handed single 1-9 and a 2 on the 20 die. A huge hit by Mays to tie up this ball game. And the fans are going crazy here. Now, we're gonna take a look here on this. This was some roll. This is it on Mays right here. And I think it's a fair trade, absolutely. The pitch to Mays. That all went through. That white die. That went through. So watch it one more time here. Single 2 asteroids, absolutely. So the infield is back. Here's Singer now, bases loaded, full windup, and I think it's a fair trade, absolutely. The pitch to Mays. That went through. In case you didn't see it, that went through. That white... The infield is back. One more time. It's tough because it's a stop and go. There's no slow motion. Here's Singer now, bases loaded, full windup, and I think it's a fair trade, absolutely. The pitch to Mays. There it is. That went through. Okay, we like to play it safe. We like to play it honestly. And this 3. Wait a minute, why is that white? Why is that a white die? Is that a white die? Shit. This is like the Twilight Zone. Why is that a white looking die when I have 2 black? What the hell? The infield is back. What the? Here's Singer now, bases loaded, full windup, and I think it's a fair trade, absolutely. The pitch to Mays. No, I did not pick up the wrong die. No, I don't have any die anywhere near me. Any other die. It could be Joel. It could be. Oh, Christ. That thing looks white there. That fucking. Oh, my Lord. The infield is back. Here's Singer now, bases loaded, full windup, and I think it's a fair trade, absolutely. The pitch to May. There is the 2 red, two black in my hand. If you saw that, that was 2 black in my hand. I think it's a fair trade, absolutely. The pitch. You see, there's the 2 black in my hand. Okay, there's the trade, the handoff to the left hand to throw it down. To Mays. That's got to be some configuration where that really is a black die. Okay, that's what that's got to be. there's the black. Here's the white. This is looking like it's transforming into a white die. It was a 5. It was a 4-8. It was a 4-8. I don't know. We're just gonna we're gonna have to just let it stand. Okay? We're gonna have to let the place stand as it is. That is one of the spookiest things I've ever seen. That's almost like a Twilight Zone kind of thing. That is the original die, the roll, and it was a 4-8, and it was a black die. In fact, there, if you can see this, here's where the die landed, right here. And that's black. So we're just gonna have to cough this up to some sort of paranormal kind of thing and accept it. Oh, Bill. Oh, we're gonna have to just accept this as it is. And Hal Lanier is gonna come up here. And I'll tell you what, after this inning, I'm gonna end the broadcast to get ready for the demos game of the week. And there'll be lots to look forward to. Oh, Kathy Harden. This is one that, you know, one that just, I think the only, oh, Kathy, it's bases loaded, no outs. And here's, the problem is I can't bring Mays in the game without replacing Bonds, because Bonds cannot play left field. You see, Bonds, I'm sure they would have let him play left field, but I'm just going to take Mays out of the game. Maybe there's something going on, but you all witnessed it yourself. Here's Hal Lanier. It's a 2-2 game. It's bases loaded, still nobody out. There's action in the Mickelson warming. Okay, here's Singer now. Bases loaded again, infield back. 5-12, switch hitter batting left, grounds to first X. Parker's a 1-8. Oh, it's start to move to 1. It's a rain delay. Okay. Fine. I'll go to 12:45. That's a 5-12, switch hitter batting left, ground ball first. Parker 1-8. That's going to be 4-1. It's a G2 pound. No one being held, nothing in. You see, had I had the infield in, that could have been a base hit. It's a G2, 4-7-10. Parker E8. It's going to be a clean G2 with the bases full. And it's going to be a force on another run will score. They're going to force Mays. And the Giants will take the lead. Had you had the infield in on that G3 pound, which is what it was a 4-1. It's a G2 pound. That would have been the infield. The infielder. This infielder is positioned in. But this infielder? What does that mean? I mean, is there a chart? This is to see if who's holding. If this infielder, does anyone know the answer to that? This infield. On a G2, I had the whole if the whole infield was in. It doesn't matter because it doesn't apply, but I'm telling you, this is the stuff that makes me sick to my stomach. It's 1 out, 1st and 3rd, and here's Marichal now. Singer trying to get out of this. Demos, do you know anything about that? Because this is making me sick to my stomach. Page 8, I don't do corners. And I think that it would be the whole infield. Okay? The question, Joel, is I was just hypothetically looking. The infield was not in. The infield was back. But what it says here, if you're looking, Joel, is this infielder is positioned in defensively, would convert the pound, which was a 4-1, into a single, an S2 single. Since I don't do corners, we consider all infielders in. Is that correct, Joel? But is that clear? It didn't apply because the infield was not in, but I just wanted to know, had I. Is that correct? That is correct. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, JC. And I hope you have a sense of humor, Joel. I don't want the Giants to win this on a lark. 1st and 3rd, only 1 out, Marichal at the plate. Here's Singer now. That's 3-7. It's a ground ball to second. Again, the infield is not in. And that will end the inning with a double play. Uh, I hope you understand that was a act of endearment, Joel. 2 runs though, Jesus. And Bob Barton is the new pitcher. And folks, I need a frickin' break. Oh God. I think I attach my anxiety and depression to Strat-O-Matic sometimes. Carnicero, meat man, okay. Yeah, I know carne is meat in Spanish. Carnicero, okay. Okay. I think this was handled okay. I think this was all legitimate. The big question here was the Mays base hit, that die, the very mysterious, and you know, you have set up there's a rain delay in Kansas City. I barely have the strength to finish this ball game. I was actually looking forward to ending this broadcast and relaxing and maybe coming back to this game later today. But with your rain delay, I'm not going to disappoint people. But I try to do the best I can, folks, and I go to, I think, such lengths to be fair, and I think that role that, you know. Oh, thank you. Thank you, JC. That helps me so much. You don't know, just to know I'm not alone. It's almost like you attach it to the game. Thank you, JC. It's almost like you attach it to the game. But I'm gonna take a break. If anybody has anything going, any sort of questions, that is funny. Any sort of questions, I'd love to hear them for trivia. Thank you, JC. You know, you can't avoid making some errors here, but it is 3-2 Giants. I don't think they have much of a shot anyway of winning this thing. I just sure hope that I don't make any rough calls. Oh yeah, Ben, for me too, Ben. But I'm just telling you, Ben, sometimes it is very anxiety provoking for me, especially when there are confusions. That die thing here, I have a mind to do just a clip of that and ask for feedback from people, because that seemed almost supernatural to me. JC, misery loves company. You're helping me, JC. Boy, JC, you have some channel. I'm subscribed. Oh yeah, I've been subscribed. And you do a lot of games. I'm impressed by that. Folks, I'm gonna I am going to take a break for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then when I come back, we'll see if we can finish this ball game before in an hour. There is rain in Kansas City, and I just want to thank everybody for their support, and I'll be back very, very shortly. Very, very shortly here. Oh, Ben. Oh, Ben. Oh, can you send me a screenshot of that? You went back at 0.25. You know what? I might have the ability to do that. I'll do that after the game. I'm not going to ask you. But if you have a screenshot of that, you know, you could send it to my email if you want. My email is jguderman@gmail.com. Oh, go to the gear. Yeah. Yeah. Nice work, Ben. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go look at that. You looked at it 0.25. Wow. Wow. Nice work, Ben. Ben, I'll go look for myself. In fact, let me have a little patience. Let me have a little patience here. And that's the lowest speed you can get. And oh, bless you, because I don't think I did anything wrong in this inning at all. You know, the infield back, I think I called that G3 pound. The infield was back anyway, so I don't think I did anything wrong. But yeah, you were smart. Sometimes I'm afraid to do the G3, the slower version, because I'm wondering if it'll ever come back or anything. But I am coming back here to it, and we're going to watch this. This is one of the most unbelievable. The problem with this is the replay. You see, I want to get the real play here. Here we go. Yeah. And with the infield in, you know, anything with a plus is going to be a single. Okay? Or that counts. We're going to have to replay it. You're going to see that. Oh, they're going to, like I say, they're going to concede the run. Let's get to the G. Let's get to the 0.25 playback speed. There. And let's go. Single to asteroids, absolutely. So the infield is back. Oh shit. That's how I feel. Here's singer now, bass is loaded, full wind up, and oh, Ben, I think it's a fair trade. Absolutely. The pitch to Maze. Whoa! That counts. Oh, God. It was. Joel, I don't know how to put this on the highlights in this speed. I think it's I'll look into it. But look at that, how that. We're gonna look at it one more time. And there is I stopped it. There is the black die. There was no white die. That's black, believe it or not. That's a black die. That's a frickin' black die. Okay? it looked white. And let me just get this back to normal setting here. I'm not used to, and that was super, super work by Ben. God. Whoa, that counts. That was super, super detective work. You were good. Oh, the way the white pips blur, make it like half and half. Oh, the white pips. You mean the white things. Yeah. Is that a pip? Is that called a pip right there? I didn't know that. The dots on the die. Ben. Kudos, Ben. Oh, mega respect. Mega respect for Ben Witz. You know, you really when things go and there's confusion. I do have a new tool, yeah, Ben. You really have your wits about you. Looking at it at the slow motion, that was amazing. And folks, I'm going to take my break. I feel a little better now about the game, at least. Lord. Oh. Yeah, that is a new tool. New tool. Okay, yeah. And so I'm going to be back. I'm taking my break. I need a break. It's going to be about 5 minutes. Thank you again, Ben. You really did it here. Whew. Gladys Knight and the Pips. And it was Knight, Black Die, Knight, and the Pips. That was amazing. I'll be back shortly, folks. Jeffrey Guterman, Strat-O-Matic Network, and it's a 3-2 game, Giants. Great work by you. And it's Lord. There, you know, because I don't believe in the supernatural. I couldn't believe anything like that could happen. You know. I'll be back. Just about 3 minutes. Whoa. What a freaking game. And you know, I'm back, folks. Uh, I could do, you know, Joel said that I could do I put this in my highlights replay playlist, which I have on my landing page. This really would be one which would require a detailed description in the description section. The only way I can think of recording it would be to record first the regular speed with a stop and go, and then record the 0.25 speed, but I would have to do it right off the screen. You see what I'm saying? Right off the screen. The quality wouldn't be as good, but it would be better than nothing. So that's a little project for me to consider. Juan Marichal now, top of the 7th, and Singer will hit. Or do I go with a pinch hitter? You see how much lack of confidence I have. After that inning, I think we're going to hit for Singer after he got hit like that. I think that makes sense, and I can bring in Brewer or Mickelson. So there will be a hitter for Singer. I have Brewer and Mickelson both warming. And now I have a Manny Mota to pinch hit here. Costco pinch hit in Real World, and so did Sudakis. But again, I use these as guidelines. I am going to use Mota, a 321 hitter, to hit for Singer. Again, the Giants won this one 5-4. And I think it's fair Singer only pitched 3.2 innings. Wow. In Real World, I think it's a fair bet to say, just based on realism, after an inning like that, with Singer about to enter his, well, not his first endurance inning, but still. So Mota leading it off here. To pinch hit. Here's Marichal. That's a 6-7 right-handed. That's a fly to center. And under it is Davis. Under it is Bonds, 1 out. And that will bring up Maury Wills. Here's Marichal. That's 2-5 right-handed. There's a base hit for Wills. his second hit of the game. Remember, he tripled and scored in the fifth. Now, wait a minute, Ben. I don't understand what you're saying. The Barry Bonds card in the 2003 card set is unnamed. Can you help me understand what that means? Does that mean that it's blank where his name is? Is that what that means? And that's on the regular 2003 season set. It's not a gems, it's not a diamond gems, it's not a anything like that. Is that is that an error? I wish there were a way for, you know, us to post pictures here. Does anybody else know about that? The 2003 bonds unnamed? It just must have been a printing error. Holy shit. Major League Baseball writes on one player? Because, you know, Strat-O-Matic pays Major League Baseball to use the names and the teams. It wasn't always that way. It was in the 70s, just around the time when, I forgot the guy's name. But I forgot his name. He represented the Major League Baseball union. A very savvy business person. And he made a deal with Strat-O-Matic. Strat-O-Matic was afraid, Marvin Miller. And Marvin Miller actually cut Hal Richmond a very good deal, according to Hal Richmond. Otherwise, they would have went out of business. They give a percentage. And are you telling me that Bobby Bonds himself objected to having his name? And I didn't know that because I would say contracts, they're unionized, these Major League Baseball players. And they have a requirement, I think, to agree to promotional and or other uses of names, images, etc. And that would include Strat-O-Matic, APBA, and all the other games. So you're saying that Ben Witz, that Barry Bonds himself objected to it, and they, rather than going through litigation, they just took his name off. I wonder if there's anything I could find online about that. Here it is. Here. You have it in Delphi forums, you have it. Here's something I'm reading on Reddit, and I know you all can't read this, but I'll read it to you, that they still make up, they're talking 2004. This may be only 2003. Oh, here it is. Following the 2003 season, Bonds withdrew from the MLBPA, the Major League Baseball Players Association. That's their union. And they were not allowed to use his likeness in video games for a time. Some of the Strat cards had Players Association logos on them. It was not anything Strat did. And that is quite... That is wild. And here's an article. That is fascinating. I'm surprised you can even use the card. I don't think I'm going to find anything on this. It's an extensive article. Boy, is this an extensive article. But they still have a card. That is just unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Oh, his card was added loose to the packet. I remember I resumed playing. Let me get back to this game. Okay, Wills is on. He's the tying run. One to 15. Now he's a +2 Marichal with Barton in there. 1 to 15, 1 to 17, 1 to 15 with a hold. They're gonna hold him. And 2 to 12, he gets the lead. 1 to 15, 1 to 17, 1 to 15. I'm gonna frickin' go for this. First of all, he gets the lead automatically, 2 to 12. He has the lead, he has to go. He's a 1 to 15, 1 to 17, 1 to 15 being held. He's going. I gotta take some risks. Here's Sizemore. There goes Wills, and he's safe. So Wills steals second. You see, I want the Giants, but I still try. There were several times I tried to get back into Strat-O-Matic, and one of them was like 1990, I don't know if it was 96, 97, 98. And I bought the new set with the new players, and the first thing that turned me off is that they were not, the cards remained perforated. This was the first time I ever learned that you had to undo them, and I was, And I remember having a Bobby Bonds card with his name on it. I wonder why anyone would leave the Major League Players Association, because isn't that part of the contract with the pension? But these are questions that are really okay. It's Sizemore. The tying run on second. It's just an absolute fascinating. Oh God, that is dickish. And I hate to say it because his godfather is Willie Mays. You know what I mean? But I don't understand. Here's the pitch to Sizemore from Marichal. That's 6'11" right-handed. It's a fly to right. That's going to be for Henderson. He's a 210. It's 6-2. F2 gets to it. E10. 4-8-10. And he makes the catch. It's going to be an F2 with a runner on second. He may tag and try to advance. It's going to be running speed plus arm. With one out, this matters. Henderson is a -2 arm. Will's 1-15. He could come home on a. This is such a tough call because if he gets to third tagging. He can oh no, that's 2 outs. Oh, that helps. Okay, that's 2 outs. All right. If it were no outs, then there would have been a chance. I'll let him hold. And here's Willie Davis now. And that's a 2-3. Oh my. It's a ballpark slash, but it's a 17. Oh, someone's diving for that ball. Left-handed in San Francisco. And no, that is going to be a line out to second, caught by Hunt. And the side is retired. Beautiful catch by Hunt. Again, it was a 2-3 right-handed ballpark slash against the left-hander in San Francisco, and it's single 1-7. It was a 17. Hunt makes the diving catch, and Marichal gets out of that. We're in the middle of the 7th, and it is still a 3-2 ball game. Wow. Woo. Here's a new pitcher for the Dodgers, and it's going to be we will bring in Mickelson, the right-hander. We're going to bring in Mickelson. He's not that much different than Brewer, except that he's a left-handed. And I'm going to bring Mickelson in. Singer, the loser of record, pitched 6. Eight hits, walked 2, struck out 5, and allowed 3 runs. Oh, yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you, Ben. Kind of feel like my father, where you say that, the old days were better, but okay, bottom of the 7th. It'll be the top of the order for the Giants. They lead it 3-2. Tito Fuentes. Now, he's a switch hitter. He'll bat left against Mickelson. Otherwise, they've got right-handers after this until McCovey. Here's Mickelson. That's 1-4 against the right-hander. Grounds it to first. And Parker takes it to the bag, 1 out. Here's Ron Hunt. And we're going to see if we can get through this game. I'm not rushing, but we'll see if we can get through this game because there was a rain delay in Kansas City for baseball. David Demos, Twins at Kansas City Royals. And the game is moved up. They expect it to start at 1 p.m. Eastern. Here's the pitch to Hunt. That's going to be 2-5 right-handed. Walked him. So Hunt is on. Mickelson, by the way, a +2 hold. He's a +4. Lord. Oh. Brewers a +3 hold. I'm always second guessing myself. Mickelson a +2 with Haller a +2, +4. Hunt, minuscule chance of getting a lead. He'd be a 1-20, 1-18. Of course, we'll go for the lead without any negative outcome. They say defense should hold first. We're gonna with such a rare situation. I'm gonna do a roll. To decide if he's being held or not. He is being held. That's a tough call. When the 6 is so rare. But he's being held. I can unhold him. He gets a 7. He does not have a lead. Now I can unhold him if I want. You can unhold. But then he has a chance I can go back and forth. Okay. I can go back and forth, and hold them and don't hold them, until endlessly. And then how do you get out of it? I am not going to hold him. I'm going to unhold him. I think I'm allowed to do that. If anyone disagrees with me, you can let me know, but this one is just impossible for me to do solitaire. Now he's not being held. Now he's a 1-16. Oh, Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now I get it. It's my own misunderstanding. Without holding. No, he's not a 1 to 16. He needs the lead. He doesn't have an asterisk. Yeah. He doesn't have an asterisk. Only an asterisk gets the lead if not hold. So we're not going to hold him. I know that's bizarre, folks, but we're not holding him. Here's heart. Okay, Mickelson. That is, I'd like someone, if anybody knows the rule on that, can you unhold? But we're not going to try it again. I can go back and forth forever. I could try again. Okay, it just doesn't make sense. Here's the pitch to Hart. That's 5-7 right-handed. He grounds it to second X. Hopefully this will not affect the question. Sizemore 318. $318, 18-3, G1, this could be 2. There's no pound or anything. And that's going to be a 6-11, 12-13. Sizemore, an E18. Oh, and he boots it. It's an error. It's a G1, E1. And that will be first and second now. Well, that I think that takes care of that question. First and second, an error by Sizemore with one out, and here's McCovey now. And we'll let him hit. We'll let Mickelson pitch. Look at him against right-handers, but, you know, I could bring in Brewer, but, yeah, you know, who am I going to use later? You know what I'm saying? If needed. Okay, so we're gonna let him pitch to him. I could have brought Brewer in just for McCovey, but here we go. Here's the pitch to McCovey. That's 4-10 left-handed, flies to center, and the runners will hold 2 outs. I'll tell you, super advanced is not easy sometimes, especially with that Hunt situation. Now it's a clutch situation, and Bobby Bonds, speaking of Barry, here's Mickelson now. That's going to be 1-6 right-handed. He walked him. Oh, Lord, he walked him. That's going to load him up for Henderson. I don't think so, Ben. I don't think, Ben, that he was like that. I don't know if you ever saw this picture. I don't think it was very respectful of his godfather. this is, I guess you would call it a selfie that Barry Bonds took. And in it, there is an article, I sleep next to him. Barry Bonds once paid a bizarre tribute to an MLB legend who also serves as a godfather. In a playful nod to their relationship, Bonds once shared a photo on Instagram of Mays caught in a deep slumber with Bonds himself beaming right beside him. Now that's something pretty sick to do. I mean, that is, you know, that's pretty sick. I mean, you know, who does that? Okay. out of disrespect, I mean, you know. Anyway, it's bases full. They're going to let Mickelson pitch to Henderson now. Henderson will go either side of the plate. No reason to bring Brewer in. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Henderson now. That's 2-9 right-handed. He flies it to right. And Crawford is under it. He makes the catch. And, you know, I'd like to have some, you know, share something. No runs. They leave the bases full. I'm kind of glad because I could be blamed for runs scoring based on my decision with Mickelson and all. So I'm all full of doubt. You know, when you're playing face to face, when you're playing somebody, you could do it virtually. If I'm playing someone else, I'm the only one to take responsibility for everything. But you know, when that's not fun sometimes. Here's Juan Marichal, top of the 8th. We are absolutely not going to pass. Folks, we are going to suspend this broadcast right now because I have a few minutes to go run to the store, get something to eat. I want to watch Demo's game. If you're not following Demos, I hope you will. Just go into YouTube and put in baseball demos and you can watch his game. It's very important to me to support other people who I consider friends and part of the Strat-O-Matic community. In fact, I go out of my way sometimes to yeah, he has a good YouTube page, Ben. And as far as you say on your take, as long as you make similar decisions the same way, regardless of the team, trying to keep it neutral, the results then are what they are. That's true. That's true. And I try my best, and I make myself aware of bias. I try to account for it. I tried very hard here, okay, to not have San Francisco scoring, thinking about pulling Mickelson. But fortunately, I guess, you know, they didn't score. It is a 3-2 ball game. This game will be continued, preferably today, later this afternoon. Here's baseball demos. Here's his page. he doesn't have his, for some reason, he doesn't post his upcoming live games. So you gotta really be on top of it. Subscribe with notifications. You see, I subscribe all. Okay? You can subscribe personalized. I don't know what that means. I'll get personalized notifications. Okay. I don't know what the difference is with all. That means I'll get all notifications. Okay. Well, better to subscribe all. It's not enough just to subscribe. You want to pick. You could put no notifications, and that's what I'm going to do. I want to thank everybody for your support. This has been a tough game for me. They're getting tough. I want to thank everybody who's been here. Oh. First and foremost, Kathy Harden. Ben Witt's incredible. Incredible input today. Rick DeBar. Joel Horland, of course. The Flesh Man. Bill Ivamy with the greatness. Of course, JC, thank you so much for sharing your inputs, especially about how anxiety can filter in. We'll see you later. Thank you very much to everybody. This has been a broadcast of the Strat-O-Matic Network.